Welcome to Open Mic. Hey, Aaliyah, I'm on your Twitter. What does free wanna mean? All right, you explain it to me after the show. Welcome to Open Mic. We like to start the show with some stories or take on a story you won't get anywhere else. I grew up in gorgeous Prince George's and I live in the district. So you know these jokes come from a place of love. We're going to start, so you think. We're going to start out with a story out of Manassas, Virginia, where the city's first black female mayor, Michelle Davis Younger, has started a program to encourage and inspire young girls called My Mayor Looks Like Me.
For a moment, 10-year-old Langley Wright is mayor.
Look at that girl, yes indeed.
Her role model, someone who broke a lot of ceilings in Manassas. First Democrat, first woman, first black person elected mayor, Michelle Davis Younger.
It is so important to see people like me in positions like this.
Wow, I remember a young Reese Waters inspired by a young Marion Barry. That's why I won't let my hair grow beyond bush height. This is the first Democrat mayor, the first woman mayor, the first black mayor. She's the first everything. She has blazed more trails than Dame Lillard, Clyde Drexler, and Terry Porter combined. Hopefully the non-basketball fans got that reference. If you're a non-basketball fan, she's blazed more trails than like that chariot full of dysentery. Y'all remember that. Also, what took y'all so long, Manassas? Sloths are moving faster than y'all on the diversity front. I guess better late than never, though. Mayor Davis Younger's presence alone is inspiring, but she isn't stopping there. She's paying it forward since she knows how much representation matters to future generations.
I believe you're elevated to position not just to sit there, but you are to share and make sure others can come behind you. And it's lifting as you climb.
So she's lifting up young girls with her My Mayor Looks Like Me program.
Look at the portraits on the wall. See them? So what's the difference? What do you see?
How they're all male.
They're all male, right? And I want my girls up on that wall filling in the rest of that row, right? You think you'd be up there one day, Isabella?
Yeah.
You do? Yeah.
I remember the first time I looked at the wall of presidents as a youngster. I don't even have jokes for this. This is just amazing. I'll just say thank you to Mayor Michelle, as the girls in her program affectionately call her. I chose this next story out of Arlington National Cemetery, where a wild turkey that lives on the cemetery grounds has been spotted following funeral processions. Just look at that turkey paying her respects. With all the bad press that wild turkeys have been getting thanks to the one that was attacking people in Southeast, this was definitely needed. Wait, what's that? Oh, okay. The turkey delegation has apparently issued a statement.
The wild turkeys of America respect the military and their sacrifices, except on Thanksgiving. As you can see, Turkeisha here is showing what our community is all about. Respect, honor, and trotting. That's all we want to do. Make sure when you cover thug turkey menacing people in the park, you keep that same energy with Turkeisha. We are not a monolith. Respect turkey diversity.
Just had to get the gobbles in, didn't you? Just had to get the gobbles in. I was very surprised that Turkeisha was actually the respectful turkey, because if Sharkeisha was any indication, I would have sworn that's what we named the one in Southeast. But that turkey is right. Maybe we are all a little guilty of turkey profiling. I'm still not getting close enough to a wild turkey to find out for sure. But I will say that Turkeisha at Arlington National Cemetery has made me rethink my stance on wild turkeys. A little bit, but not wild turkey. I still won't touch the stuff. I chose this next story out of Maryland because I've been trying to avoid talking about this subject, but it keeps getting more and more ridiculous. Hagerstown Speedway has evicted the remnants of the People's Convoy trucker protesters who were using the site as a staging ground, according to the Herald Mail in Hagerstown. Evicted? Didn't the People's Convoy just declare victory the other day? Are they going to blame this one on voter fraud and Mike Pence too? Man. Getting kicked out of a track is very much the opposite of victory, but it was time for those trucks to get back to making deliveries anyway. Hey, the supply chain needs all the help it can get. Babies need formula. Get back to work, all of you. Their only victory was leaving Hagerstown Speedway before their trucks could get towed, because that convoy was smart to go when they did. They don't want Maryland tow truck driver smoke. Nobody wants Maryland tow truck driver smoke. Now the Speedway can return to, more classy activities like drag racing. Finally, let's head to D.C. for the last story, where D.C. Councilmember Mary Cheh was placed on a Russian government list of outspoken Americans who are barred from entering Russia. Cheh believes she made the list thanks to a 2018 bill that symbolically renamed a portion of Wisconsin Avenue in front of the Russian embassy as Boris Nemtsov Plaza after a critic of President Vladimir Putin, who was killed in 2015. First of all, what kind of government keeps a Mean Girls burn book and then publishes it for all the world to see? Vladimir Putin is the Regina George of world leaders. Like, on Wednesday, we wear pink. Russia's leaders are way too self-important to realize that this just makes things way worse. Hey, take it from a comedian. The more people see that their jokes got to you, the longer they're going to keep on messing with you. We learned that in elementary school. You ain't been joned on, clearly. Other names on the list include President Biden, Mark Zuckerberg, and Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman? What did Morgan Freeman do to deserve this treatment? Did he refuse to narrate Putin's life story? The man played everybody from Nelson Mandela to God, and this is how you treat him? What could Putin possibly be thinking? Vladimir, you smoke crack, don't you? Don't you? Mary Cheh, you know I had to. I had to. Mary Cheh is in great company. World leaders, billionaires, Oscar winners, and now D.C. council members. My favorite story, it's got to be the People's Convoy, getting evicted after declaring victory in what we now know was an even bigger defeat than anybody realized. Honorable mention to Russia's You're Not My Friend list, being only half as long as my You're Not My Friend list, and also giving me a chance to say, you smoke crack, don't you? I love doing that.